Mihai's second sortie was designed to calculate how his physiology changed under the stress of combat. My job was to compare his performance as a pilot now to when he was younger and understand how his skills evolved. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure I wanted to know the answers anymore. For a man his age, Mihai's body was unbelievably resilient, remarkably flexible. His reflexes were as sharp as they ever were. Still, after all those years of flying in the outer layers of the atmosphere, even someone as strong as Mihai wasn't immune to the effects of the strain. The human body is fragile. It was not meant to handle the excessive amounts of radiation that constantly bombarded the stratosphere. For Mihai's second sortie, we used a flight suit that was still untested. He seemed fine on takeoff, but by the time he landed back at the base, it was clearly a mess. He got caught in a surprise dogfight with an especially stubborn enemy. It took a while for Mihai to bring him down.
Suspend mission.
The suit was ineffective. According to the data, it wouldn't let him fly to his full potential. A new flight suit was made to my exact specifications. When it finally arrived, Mihai's granddaughters glared at me with their disapproval. They blamed me for the pain their grandfather had to keep enduring. But Mihai remained stoic. He wasn't the type of man who cared about anything that happened here on the ground. I wasn't worried about it. I was confident the new suit would protect him thoroughly so that he could maneuver his plane any way he wanted. The moment he took off in his new flight suit, I realized what I had failed to before. Right after takeoff, as the wheels retracted, the plane suddenly arced up.
Wow.
It accelerated so quickly. I had never seen a plane move like that before. Mihai hit the high G's multiple times before disappearing into the blue. The support team couldn't even keep up. And then I knew. I understood why he never seemed to care about restoring his stolen country back to its former glory, and why he didn't seem to care about anything that happened here on the ground. Of course, Mihai's kingdom was the sky.
이번 미션에 나오는 거 아니야? 절배 이거.
The operation to capture Erusia's capital, Farbanti, is beginning. This is the culmination of our work.
그런
We need to
저
capture the
할배한테 모든
Erusian
걸 다
forces'
걸겠네.
general headquarters in the south of Farbanti and end this war. The plan is for ground troops to attack Farbanti from both the east and north, and a task fleet will attack from the southwest. We will secure air superiority over the capital, while providing air support for our allies on the ground and in the water as required. By all accounts, we expect this to be an intense, full-scale battle across land, sea, and air. Should you need to replenish your ammunition or make necessary repairs to your craft, a return line has been set up in the north. During this operation, we will also be tasked with having to destroy the communications satellites that Erusia hacked. If we take down the information communication system that we believe they have control over, it should plunge Erusia into chaos. Once the capital falls, the Erusian military will be isolated and thrown into chaos, making it easier for us to end the war. However, that can't happen until after the capital falls, so you guys are the stars of this battle. Erusia will fight like a tiger, but we cannot lose. We must seize the capital and end this war.
수 있을까? 얼마 있니? 이거 너 이거 일부 이렇고 비싸. 와, 뭔데 에어 항공전이 이렇게 높냐? 그럼 얘 뭐야? 좀 더 모아야겠네. 이거 특수무기 강화 다 쓴다 내가? 특수무기 다 샀었나? 이거 맞나? 맞구나. 내가 저거 특수무기 다 샀었나? 공대 함대는 그렇게 많지 않을 것 같고. 안 사도 되겠네 그지?
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP. Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. Really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and run up the score a little bit. Just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, come back in one piece. Watch your tail.
Strider 1, turn lines to the north. Head that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone.
Count is back in the saddle as Cyclops 2. It's gonna be fly what you can, partner.
No, it's real funny.
They evaded it. Attack hit. Bandit is still moving.
Bandit on my 6. I can't get him off.
Catch you, pal.
Strider 1, the men below you are to secure the Silver Bridge, where they can't break enemy lines. We have aircraft in addition to you, but our numbers are less than ideal.
Strikes in the sky. Too bad for those guys.
Fox 2. Come on, dodge that
두방
missile.
붙는다고?
Locked on.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
We dodged it.
Use your familiarity to beat back the enemy.
Cyclops 4, Fox 2.
Tank units, advance!
I got a pin on lock.
Target was not struck.
Missile tracking. An enemy is behind you. Left. Focus on defenses on the left. We'll hit us from there. Target locked.
Got the lock. The missile got through our ECM. Shoot it. Your heart's wide open. Nowhere to hide. They got a lock, Strider 1.
Target acquired.
I'm hit, but I can still fly.
We need more air support. We can't hold the bridge much longer without it.
Call reinforcements! Damn it! Should have known it sooner! Okay, lock and watch. Firing. It's no use! We have to retreat! Careful. The ruins of sunken ships making water shallow.
Use GPS to locate allies.
Enemy backup inbound. Forces are heading for 2 separate combat zones. We need to split our
에이튼
forces in 2
씨는
and meet both
왜
threats at
찔려요?
once.
Trigger, head for
한
either
번에 잘
area.
뜨세요.
Cyclops will take care of the other one.
Roger.
Not bad, not bad.
저건 체력이 좀 떨어졌을 것 같아. 다음. A1, APC, 샘부터.
Enemy on my tail! I can't shake him!
Strider 1, missile launched.
Gotcha, pal. Okay, Trigger. The park is all yours. I'll deal with the other threat. I'll shoot them all how it's done. Enemy dodged. Continuing attack. Allies down!
탱크.
Locked on. Go down.
이제 뒤에 샘. APC, A1.
Strider 2, evade that missile. I'm on his back. Enemy's got a lock.
Target destroyed. Strider 1, locked on target.
Evade that missile. Missile closing. Breaking.
Hostile confirmed destroyed. Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Hold them. Don't let them through.
Missile launched.
Enemy numbers are staggering.
Strider 1,
Our air
target
support has
destroyed.
stopped the enemy. Advance on the hospital!
Can't let the enemy take this position. Kill them all. Attacking. Strider 3, missile, missile.
Make contact with the enemy. Engage.
229지.
Target acquired. Strider 1, bandit on your tail.
Protected. On my target's around. Clearing.
We're evenly matched. It'll be a grind.
Fox 2.
Stall warning.
어디 가려고?
Enemy vessels, fire!
APC.
I've been spiked.
가는 김에 제치장 지나가지고.
I have him. Firing.
Save on the wood. They'll crash on their own.
This'll hit. The comms are full of requests for help from friendlies. Our occupation of Frabanti could be in jeopardy now.
This is the start. There are small boats hiding in the ruins. Take them out before they can approach the fleet.
Target acquired.
Missile coming at me. Evading.
You're low on special weapons. We've spotted enemy backup. Check your radars.
Copy. Trigger. It's about time we finished up here and helped other allies in trouble.
You don't need to try and target every enemy. Just keep your focus. Take one down, then move on to the next. Five minutes remaining. Strider 1, Fox 2. Enemy has a lock on you.
Strider 1, break!
Target destroyed.
잘못 눌렀다. 너무 많이 눌렀어.
Continuing attack.
Powerful AA defenses to the AO. Coordinates Tango 280, Lima 39. Listen AA. No unfortunate. Protecting the defenses.
Say goodbye.
Seaward cover this out. I'm being targeted from the ground facility. Taking fire! Stay alert. The enemy has a new AA defense system in the AO.
The enemy's bound to put up quite a fight to defend this last fortress. Strider 4, Fox 2.
Target is hit.
오케이.
Enemy's got a lock.
가.
Bandit hit.
You're low on missiles. 3 minutes remaining.
Our allies aren't advancing as we hoped. This isn't good. Traitor!
Hit the areas where the enemy forces are thickest. It has a lock on you.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Chaff and flares are running low.
Missile! I have to evade!
Missile away. Strider 1, tank destroyed.
Missile. Missile.
Bandit is down.
와,
Target destroyed.
Missile. 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 Missile.
How did that miss? Say goodbye.
2 minutes remaining. Target hit.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, missile inbound! Lock on bandit, attacking!
Missile.
Enemy has entered clouds, in pursuit!
Missile. Missile.
Target is at range of guns.
재량가 2000점이지.
Missile.
Enemy's got a lock! Attack missed! Caution, enemy has a lock!
Fox 2. Your air support considerably weakened organized resistance from the Erusian army. Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through.
Understood.
Understood.
All right.
Understood. Understood. Understood.
1 minute remaining.
Missile. Missile.
Target acquired. 30 seconds remaining.
없네? 비총을 해야 돼.
Missile, evade!
Missile closing in on me!
Missile.
뭘 정확히.
Missile.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
All aircraft, listen carefully. This is Lancaster. We have the upper hand. The enemy headquarters is almost ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway. All going according to plan. The end of the war is in sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? Because I'm buying.
Roger that. Man, don't jinx us.
Ah, you're right. New bogies. No, 5 Su-30s inbound.
It's Mr. Rex.
와.
What's going on here? I don't believe it. We've just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage.
Ammunition 0.
It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds. The two
Missile.
leaders are on a different level.
Missile.
Don't underestimate the rest of them either.
Missile.
Mission proved to be fun.
Missile.
What do you mean?
Missile.
It's just like you say. The enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
방금은 제보할 거 씨.
Missile.
Target is in machine gun range.
Missile.
Don't get too far ahead.
Strider 1, hostile has a lock.
Good ship is sunk. Single fighter coming back around.
Don't let Mr. X run wild. Friendlies are suffering heavy damage.
Missile.
Locked on.
Missile.
I've got you.
Missile.
No special weaponry remaining.
아, 잠깐 기술력.
I have a lock.
Strider 1, you've got their attention.
Don't go at it alone. 2 or more on each target.
Missile.
Mr. X
forces around you.
Missiles depleted.
Taking fire. I see they've still got a little line on it.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Trying to run. Missile inbound. Fox 2. Even the escorts are seasoned. Shot 5 is hit. Sorry, I gotta bail out.
Call in our air support ASAP. Yes, I'm talking about them.
Cyclops, Strider, stop Mr. X.
Evading. Cyclops 3. I've been hit. I gotta eject. Take him out one by one. Cyclops 3 is bailed out safe on his back. Don't worry. He's gonna make it. Hostile behind you. Shake him off quick. Listen, Trigger. Real talk. If we keep
기지
this
빨리
up,
세우라고.
someone's not going
진짜.
home. I'll act as a lure. Meanwhile, you shoot down Mr. X. What? I'm hit! Cyclops 1, Fox 2.
Missile.
Stay focused. We've still got a monster to slay.
Missile. Missile.
All right, he grabbed a bait. Time to take him for a ride. Man, this is one stubborn bastard. He's on my tail, but he won't fire. Wait for the perfect shot, eh? Sorry, stranger. My boys won't let you have it.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Enough with your air show, Wiseman. You're pushing it. Oh, Cal, that's sweet. I never knew you cared. You're all grown up. I'll even let the wisecrack slide.
Missile.
Hey, I'm being serious here.
Missiles depleted.
뭐 두 개 맞은 거 아니야? 근데?
Hushin, watch the bandit on your tail. Target locked. Shaking bandit. Hold up. My radar has shown that an enemy aircraft has been got Cyclops 1 for a while now.
나머지 안 돼.
Makes my blood run cold to even think if he came up on my 6. Shit!
Strider 1, target acquired.
He's refusing to fire. He wants a sure shot. Not too bad.
저게 할벨 건가?
Scratch the last escort.
I need to be extra careful. Listen up the 2 meters. Eject while you can still talk. Got his attention. Just wait for your chance.
와 뭐야 씨.
That's the spirit.
저게 가능해?
You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. Wasn't a bad pilot. Wiseman, missile closing! I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer.
Shit. Cyclops 1 is down.
Cyclops Wiseman! Eject already, Wiseman! I'm sorry, Count. This plane exploded. Wiseman! Stay strong. We're not done here. Cyclops 2, you've got the lead. Wiseman! Shit! Negative, Cyclops 2. You're the lead. I can't do it. Trigger should take command. Duty is yours. That's impossible. Do it. Damn it. Cyclops 4, form an element. We need our top gun if we're gonna take out that bastard.
Will go count.
You're holding your own out there.
조심 좀 하자. 어딨어 씨.
Shaking bandit.
Missile hit.
Good job. Alright.
Now go finish the job.
Get Mr. X, Trigger. Shoot it down, Trigger.
저기
You can do it.
지나가네.
In fact, you're the only one who can.
뭐야 왜 이래?
My radar suddenly turned off. What is it? Respond. My data won't update. Damn it.
Reaching out.
What was that?
I've lost radar contact. What's up?
Look at the sky. Towards the sun.
그냥
What is that?
A star? No. Maybe an explosion?
EMP?
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base.
Listen up. We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Farbanti is now under Osean control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
Count, we all feel the same way.
Shit!
So Wiseman died for nothing.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near Erusian territory. Other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields. We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete, but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time. We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
대기만 없을래 그럼?
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
장미 모양이면 그 공중 가는 분 아니야?
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As
함직이
such,
많이 올라.
target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
야, 저 호위가 전부 다 항공팀이냐? 저기 뭐가 할지 모르니까 이거. 특성무기. 여기서 됐어.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting.
야,
Are you really
시원시원하게
friendly?
달리네.
Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've
뭐
heard
저기
about
코드
must be
난리
here
아니?
too.
Okay,
이러면
I
안
hope you're right.
되는데 시작부터.
Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
그래 해보자. 우선 항공. 아군.
War is something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock.
아군.
The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
내가 지상군 다 오는 것 같은데.
I've been spiked.
앞에 아직
Strider 2, Box 2.
아군.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you. Understood.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Box 2.
ID is Osean Forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
It's Erusian.
아군. 중도 다운.
They're responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
That's a confirmed kill. You are a true patriot.
Strider 1, AA gun destroyed. Strider 1, missile launched.
저기.
Target acquired.
Locked on.
Fighting with drones is what got us into this mess.
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes. We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on. Enemy has a lock! Evade!
Its ID is Erusian.
It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
아군.
Wait. General managed to convince someone.
Listen, those that protect General LaFarge are the real patriots. Onward!
There's a vehicle up ahead. It's gonna ask us to pay a toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy
공기가
vehicle.
많아.
We'll go.
난
Let's go.
화장이 편하지.
We archived all the footage that we've shot when the communication networks come back online.
Missile hit.
자, 저건.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war.
Missile inbound! Evade!
너는
Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
눈이 보인다 새끼야.
That only scratched me up. Continue with combat.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway.
이러구나. 준비하기로.
They really don't want the war to end, do they? Where's the best vehicle?
They've been set up in all the right places.
Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us. There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. Some radicals. Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once.
Caution. Pull up. Soul land.
이거 여기다가.
Shoot down any aircraft that approach us. What are you thinking?
That was too close for comfort.
참여다.
Target is eliminated. Turn right. No, wait, that goes into the ocean. Whether you were Patriot or not, we're just
피해봐. 자, 다음. 우선 계획 설명이 일단 여기까지 끝 아닌가?
How are we supposed to tell the difference? There are enemies everywhere. We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Gruner Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkin technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Gruner Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Soul warning.
더 가야 돼?
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
I've been spiked.
Missile. Caution. Pull up. Missile.
Somebody take out those allied planes behind us.
Pull up.
What is this green sky?
Caution. Pull up.
Anti-aircraft guns destroyed.
I'm hit. Get this guy off my back.
보여주고 싶다고.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
나구냐?
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4. 19er Delta Lima.
나 미사에서 나구냐?
Rescue team
죽여버렸다.
says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere to see? Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like a fuel system.
So?
아이씨 또.
This fall has led to another power struggle by the Erusian military. It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radios? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron.
I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This is good.
The drones aren't receiving my orders. Can't we switch the UAVs to straight route?
An armored vehicle's behind us. Vehicle by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Wait for him. Destroy aircraft with Kelly marks on the tail. There be no unit rebels.
Almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Osean forces. Hostile tanks are keeping the armored formation at Anchor Bay from protecting the VIP. Can you clear them out for us?
No problem. Our movement is restricted by an unidentified unit near our location.
여기는 APC.
Acting suspiciously. Shoot it down.
In gun range. Anti-aircraft guns destroyed.
Goddamn Civil War. This is how a country falls into ruin after losing.
Target eliminated.
기체가 숨은 기체 같은데.
on a moment's notice.
You're in their sights, Strider 1.
Lock on. Lock on.
Target acquired.
Get them before they get us.
Man on my stick. I can't get them off. UAVs are acting strange. They're autonomous, but must be bugged. It's not the drones that are faulty. It's this whole Charlie Foxtrot.
ID'd as Erusian military.
Ceasefire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders. You heard the comm. There are no friendlies out there. Taking fire from a friendly drone.
The General's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
We're taking fire. We can't hold off.
Three strikes. Crying over rain.
야, 아군 지상팀 좀 도와주면 안 되냐? 안 텐데, 씨.
Landed on your 6. Vehicle eliminated.
We have no choice. Fire!
Fox 2.
We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time.
Why didn't that hit?
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to the technology than just UAVs. Thinking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Osean fighters. And then to assassinate Harling and put the blame on enemy fighters. But at the end,
실수?
technology brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Erusia is responsible for Harling's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
방은 내 시선이 말장난 지금.
Target is eliminated.
Those guys shooting up there. Aren't they both Oceans?
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi
와,
before they
진짜
ruin the
죽는다,
general's
씨.
day.
5 minutes remaining.
Strider 1, break! Break!
Jeff,
거기
ID is Erusian military.
General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Missile away.
Missile.
That's enough. From here on out, all aircraft are prohibited from taking off. That bandit is still in your back.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Adios, buddy.
Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed. Abort mission.
에라이 씨.
Strider 1 crashed.
아무도 안 도와주네 이 쓰레기 새끼.
That's enough.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Missile. Missile.
Its ID is Erusian.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Enemy sighted.
Destroyed.
Missile.
Missile away.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
How'd you last, Longcaster? We've been briefed and we're here to help.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous. Coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Wilco.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Why we wait here? Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you take back the city from the scout.
Almost at the rendezvous. The rear of the others. Understood.
Pull up.
The radicals truly believe boosting drone productions will make up for our losses. They shouldn't be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Russia quickly. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Your plane will last up if you stay in there too long. Entering cloud cover. Turn 2 in this darkest hour. We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusian News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
그랬으면 좋겠네.
Understood. Good luck.
Fall warning.
Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board? He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No, unless she's a soldier.
왕녀?
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
놈들이야?
It could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp. Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
오케이.
Wilco.
How dare you interfere? I'm here to deal with that traitor.
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Careful, those guys are good. Just to get those Scorpion big shots to you, I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes. See a fighter, just how long you plan on getting ready to escape?
Mine.
Evading this.
No good. Shit. Bandit destroyed. Well done. Strider 3 launching missile.
You're in my way.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
또 뭐야?
The escort fighter is... the drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Oceancraft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Report the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why do something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain my allies. Over.
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. 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 Missile.
You're low on special weapons.
아이씨, 진짜.
Missile.
Chasm flares launched.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
5 bandits remaining. Enemy.
Missile.
Damn it. That's the drive they need.
Missile.
4 bandits left.
Missile. Missile.
Enough to be really functional. There has to be a time when it should not function. But when?
Missile. Missile.
They have to update, aren't they?
Missile. Missile. Missile.
아, 다 겁나 노래지네.
3 bandits to go.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired. Two bandits left. Show them what you got.
Missile.
Missile evaded.
어디?
No special weaponry remaining. 1 bandit to go. Tell my boy. Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. The General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
Caution.
General, the Osean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Osean aircraft.
Osean's army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send... I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns? It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Osean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches and sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works.
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness."
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Farbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer, at this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
또 아무런 정보가 없어. 몇 개야? 8곳? 미친. 솔직히 이거나 이것만 있어도 끝날 것 같아. 하고 성능밥이지. 강화 파츠. 연소. 스텔스. 최고 속도 있는 거 바꿔줬으면 좋겠다. 잠시만요. 탑재랑 그렇죠. 오케이 됐어.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
빠르게 무장하는데 늦었네.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. It's what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger.
와 뭔데 이거?
These are Ocean.
Got a positive ID.
Thank God. Friendly birds.
Unknown successfully identified. Target acquired.
무슨 하고 있지?
We're under attack!
Strider 1. Update us on Tyler Island.
잡고 갈 걸.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
There are artillery fire just we're waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can.
뭐야 또 적군이 어디 남아있어?
Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Missile.
No, they're not combatants. Some of them aren't even landing. I can guess what happened here. don't want to see that. Russian bastard. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence. We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. God, the artillery fire's been a number on my hearing! I just got the photograph. We'll head back to the soon. Give us another 30 minutes. Your men say they want to remove the children from the area.
You're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until Operation Feeding Time. Move them away from the last driver.
I got 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. Spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Belka.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the Nash truck. Supply ship at the munitions depot is highly combustible.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Get in the tanks!
Allied retreat looks good.
Enemy on your back.
Shit, 3 strikes. We're sitting ducks out here.
Ambush, stay calm, reform the ranks. It's fine if we take a little damage. We need to finish this fight now.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. It's a beat on the supply ship. Do the countdown!
Enemy fire from a Russian aircraft!
Trigger, that was an ally. Identified, then attack.
What the hell? You're killing your own men.
It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We'll be firing at each other.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWACS. Hold your fire! Roger. But where are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
There's still one arsenal point left. Profile set up a fighting champ. These cannibals packed the supply ship.
Has a beat on you.
Don't fight with your back to the supply ship. Take one down, boy.
In the landing craft! Many thanks, Marcus. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
The enemy will shoot us in the back!
Strider 1, you've identified the unknown targets.
Help me! Gather all the wounded together!
Strider 1, target acquired.
This independent special security squadron is demanding to be let into the base. Shit, those guys do something.
Locked on. Trigger has destroyed the target.
Strider 1, missile launched.
We can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something!
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there! Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, You're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Missile. Missile.
Stay sharp while you're in there.
Visual.
Like an eagle.
Ram 7 here. I'm iced up. Be careful.
자차. 나오냐?
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Don't finish the 101. Work together to take them down.
Locked on.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
너 먼저 BTP를 가야겠네.
Missile hit. Shaft flares are running low. Fox 2.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are going to launch.
복귀 먼저.
This is launch control. The enemy is close. Confirm launch readiness.
This is our last chance for Operation Phoenix.
Launch control. Roger that. Behind the enemy.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Strider 3 launching missile.
Heads up. These reinforcements are elite.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Locked on bandit.
In gun range.
Enemy on your back.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
Damn it, they're too good. Are they really Pegasus?
Strata 1, target acquired. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
I hope the rebels and Lucien army end up wiping each other out.
Our only allies, the Erusian government forces. Don't mistake them for rebels.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Erusian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Lancaster. She's an ally. Trigger and I know that voice anywhere.
Don't predate for count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
We have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help those refugees. Count me in.
That's right.
Right. But will we make it in time?
The landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. We need the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she...
Use the smoke canister. Who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron!
설마.
Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile.
Nice job! The enemy tanks are close. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Why did they sing that song? Because everyone knows it. No other reason.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties. Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
Can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. Mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the Arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network. All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
Let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
Which one first?
Don't try to follow after the supply ships. Stick close to trigger.
하이 구름이.
That sucker's hiding in the clouds. Trigger, don't let it get away. I'm usually pretty good at playing tag, but these guys have a head start. It's a big maze. I can't get a lock.
90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them.
Missile.
60 seconds remain.
So they're trying to beat that giant monster of a bird.
속도가 얼마나 빠른데?
Just avoid the enemy's fire for now.
Okay, but we won't be able to do that forever, you know.
I have a solid lock.
Strutter 1, missile launched. 30 seconds remain. Don't give up.
My bird can't take much more of this!
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down.
And I really think they can continue to dodge.
Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
This is Tango 2.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress.
Can't say I blame him.
Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either.
The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
I was told, he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. But we can't use all our aircraft to attack. The transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi. No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target.
Okay.
We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Usha.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat!
There are more vehicles vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
What are you talking about? They already are firing on us. The enemy's confused. I know.
Missile. Missile.
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military?
The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vaslij, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
Missile. Missile.
A tank can't take on a fighter! Bandit acquired. Firing.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
Help is here.
여기 뭉쳐있지 않으니까 쓸모없네.
No, for the Ocean Army.
많이 뭉쳐있지 않은데.
Locked on bandit.
Strider 1, APC destroyed.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2. Strider 1, target destroyed.
We're unable to use the SAM!
Missile.
Help me!
Missile.
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Enemy missile detected. Evading. Punch 2! Hurry up with takeoff prep.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Enemy is firing. They have 4 aircraft. 4 planes incoming. Fire more missiles.
Coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies. Shit!
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
Strider 1, missile launched.
That's Shalaji Castle.
They're here already. Paying for what's done to our scouts. Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stove buildings and take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines. What's the matter? Aim and fire.
Strider 1, target acquired.
How much do they want to take from us?
Yeah, they can go on ahead without me. Evading!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Locked on bandit.
Missile.
These guys are blinding us.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
We've lost more than half of our forces. The battle won't last much longer. Let them have our lives. As long as our nation stands, the young will carry on.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
Sam is out! We're running out of ways to strike back!
Confirming Strider 1 destroyed target.
No hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town is of high cultural value. It's unfortunate we had to bomb it like we did.
We do what we need to survive. alive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about. Target locked.
AA destroyed! We're sitting ducks! Cancel takeoff. Soul Squadron, stand by.
Negative. This battle's over if we don't get up there. Along with hope of restoration. Don't worry. Once we accelerate inside the tunnel, they won't be able to shoot us down that easily. Strider 1, bandits flashed. Their interceptors are in the air.
All right.
오케이.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul Squadron, airborne. Shoot the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood. You are in violation of Shalaji airspace. Turn around or we'll be forced to shoot you down. This is the Osean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us. You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you talking so tough after losing one of the leaders at Brabante. You bastard! You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit. Missile away.
Locked on.
I did the leader. We can take them without King.
Stall warning. Missile.
These guys are pretty good.
Watch it. The enemy has a lock on you. These guys are pretty accomplished fighter pilots.
Enemy on your back. Locked on, bandit. These guys expect us to surrender? I'll kill them myself.
Missile. Stall warning.
I'm working in unison.
I've been spiked.
Missile.
Soul Squadron, speak Snowbird's leader to King. Warning, enemy has a beat on you. We just need to buy ourselves some time. I'm out! Ejecting! I hope he's okay. Bailing out under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's pray he makes it to safety. 3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger. Wilco.
Righto.
Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time.
또 그가?
A miss, as expected, but a lucky shot would be boring.
Some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a railgun.
Strider 1, you have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east.
와 저렇게 다 나왔어.
High-speed projectile launch enemy aircraft. I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I'm not that person. Mihai. Muslim squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get the way. Rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Welcome. Might just cost us our lives.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Not bad.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
Someone to guide us. Wait, I can't think of anyone other than you. Together, Mihai taught me something. Drone fighters don't belong in the blue. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. The narrow defense that the Air Force should be fighting against.
Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then to see if he's truly worthy.
Hey, look. It's like the sky's been sliced wide open. The experimental unit probably made themselves
That bastard moving in a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow them to pieces.
100%.
Target was not struck. Bad news. Its accuracy is increasing with each shot. Take him down as quickly as possible. Missile away.
Cooldown complete. System power at 50%.
Target acquired.
Think you can keep up with me?
The railgun has been fired.
Beyond the limits of machine assistance, I see. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot.
Cooldown complete. System power at 50%.
No, that's not it. That will not do.
Warning, manual targeting engaged. Cooldown complete.
냉각 시켜줬네.
System power at 50%.
This weapon is not enough to take down 3 strikes. This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
There are pilots like you in every generation. And I've found every last one of them.
Missile launched.
Mr. X is ascending rapidly.
The missiles went straight for the sun. Not a casual move.
Strider 1 scored another hit.
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
You got him.
잠깐만 플레이 세우지 마.
Flash the bandit.
어디 있어?
Can you hear me? Pilot with the 3 strikes. This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
무인기 생각. 아 여기
No Osean forces are in the region ahead.
아이고.
resupply went well. We should be okay on... Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the XO-2 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. Solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
여기까지 해야겠다.